Hello everybody, it's your girl next door AC, and welcome back to Our Life Beginning and Always. So last time we, an 8-year-old little girl, found Cove, an 8-year-old little boy who was injured and ran away from home because of family problems. Now, they caught us again, so we're here. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Are those my moms? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Jamie, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away.
No, we were just sitting in the grass.
Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. No. I hit my mic.
Yeah, I like him.
You nodded, smiling slightly. You finally let go of his squirming, scowling son. Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Jamie knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a very long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. You heard that? He said,
Bye.
The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what. We'll have a proper play date tomorrow, okay? Our new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound?
Sounds like words.
You nodded, ducking your head down. Sure, can I show him my stuff? Then okay. Both your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you toward the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after a long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in the later steps. Okay. Comfort is relaxed. And I think my character would have a little crush on Cove. Fond. How about fond? Fond is fine. Okay, ready. There you go. You won't be able to change it again until step 2. Got you. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Aw, childhood friendship. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, Jamie?
Yeah, I am.
How sweet. I'm so happy he moved in. With that said, are you done with your breakfast?
I don't know, am I?
You gestured down to the empty dish in front of you, raising your eyebrows dramatically. Okay, we see. Good job. You should be here soon. Clean up again. And then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant. Oh. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Jamie, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair, without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Edward's family, thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his sons, Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright light of your living room when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. You twisted the shell bracelet on your wrist because she likes the beach.
Let's go play in my room.
Okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were a lot of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and a window to look out. It was a really great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this.
I drew that.
Cool. You smiled at him. You're proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. You turned around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and pictures on the wall. You hoped he liked your room. Oh my god. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hope he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on a tiny box of peach things you'd collect, tucked away by the door. He took a step towards it, before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that?
Just a hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there?
Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it.
I think so. Yeah. See?
See? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat, this is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Cheel. He actually meant it.
Alright, I almost forgot. Sheila's gonna be here today.
Cheel? Jamie's friend, or like her #1 fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? It should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know.
Come on, check out my shell some more.
I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had just washed ashore, and you pulled out a seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding it up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange ones. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd even learned some of their scientific names. You had a whole picture book dedicated to different shells and sea life you'd learn by flipping through its pages. No, I didn't mean to quit the game. I looked at the camera. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shell themselves, Cove listened to what looked like a full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mom wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right telling that Mr. Hoban must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Sheila's visit. Two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Okay, but be careful. I will. You weren't sure if you could trust somebody else with your treasures yet, so you stayed next to him while he opened the lid and peered inside. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh, like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one's the best of them. Wait, I'm gonna save first because something might happen. My computer seems to be a little bit glitchy. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure. Like it a lot, right? Uh-huh. But I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression that he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay for you. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present, but Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his side. It was now a battle you couldn't win. At least not today. Oh, look at Cove's little face. Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collections of the beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Cheel. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings very well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. You'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house.
I can go out the window.
He was already walking towards it. Scrambled to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused.
I'll come with you.
Hurry, they'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you, then nodded. The two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but by the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked up to see that Cove was already taking off away from the house. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. He was not that fast. Neither were you at the speed. You weren't sure if you could go fast enough. He was not that fast. You knew you could outrun him if you had to. Cove! You ran as fast as your legs would take you, grass whipping around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed down to halt and looked back at you.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Somewhere else. I just don't want to see... Jamie? Sheila is a guy or a girl? Jamie! You looked back, then saw Sheila huffing down the hill after you. The backpack he clutched bouncing along around the way. Where are you? What are you doing? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving out the window and followed behind. Oh, Sheila's younger. I thought he was older.
Hi, are you Cove? Yeah. I'm Sheila.
Okay. Yep. Are we going back or are we gonna play outside? Sheila's eyes moved between you and Cove, and his smile remained a strong one on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. You were just grateful he hadn't asked why you had been running away.
Inside, we left the box on the floor.
Right.
My shells and stuff. We have to make sure they're okay. Okay.
With Sheila trailing behind, you and Cove headed towards the house. The plan for the afternoon, at least, as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach and some more. But you weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right?
It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful, glittering pink did look a little bit like a wrap around his arm.
Pink is a nice color.
Okay.
Is it your favorite?
Not really.
What is?
Maybe green or blue or maybe yellow.
Oh, those are cool.
I guess. Not sure how to deal with this suddenly more awkward silence. You look back at the shell. Yeah. Like usual, it didn't take long for Sheila to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Sheila didn't know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like her sister. He wasn't that much like you either.
Is Lizzie coming back? I don't know. Aw, where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park?
Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park and he looked toward you.
There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I wanna go.
He started getting excited before you had even answered, and Sheila jumped up next to him in excitement. Really? You do? You do too, right, Jamie? The park is fun. The park is pretty great. Yeah, and it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun things to do and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Sheila finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. Okay, we are saving here. We are saving here because we are headed to the park, and that is a new section of the game, and we are out of time today. So I will continue this in the next video that you'll see, and I actually kind of like it. This is actually pretty interesting. I like the concept that, you know, you start your decisions like in the childhood and adolescence and then in the future. I like that. It makes it feel a little bit more realistic and much more interesting than most, you know, dating games. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with this game, and I hope you guys liked it too. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. It'll really help me out a lot, and feel free to join my little community or ring that notification bar so that you'll see the next episodes that I release. And yeah, I really do appreciate you guys and for your unending support and the fact that you guys watch my other things. Yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!